Property Nugget, brought to you by One Roll Expertise Properties Agency. And I am your host, Duduzile Monica Mguni. And as the usual, I am joined by an expert who will be answering all the questions regarding today's topic of conversation. Hello, expert, how are you?
Well, and you?
I am good. Please tell us briefly about yourself. Who are you and what do you do?
My name is Anna-Marie Smith. I'm a home loan expert. I'm doing home loans now for plus minus 35 years.
Yes.
And my main is to help the client. Even if a client wants to apply for a 300 bond or a 3 million bond, it's the same. My client is always the same. Doesn't matter how rich the client is. For me, it's the first time home buyer, and he must be happy to get his first home. And it's for me, it's satisfying to know exactly my client is happy. And he's happy just to have a 300,000 bond.
Alrighty. So those who do not know, even though previously you've had a bond originator, what is a bond originator and how did you get into it?
A bond originator is went from the bank and start originating because the client was so frustrated to sit the whole day in a bank and he have to go to 4 banks. Now originating is we help the client and we submit the application straight to 4 banks and we work straight with the banks and it's free of charge. We don't ask the client any fees, we just help the client to get the best rate and the best bond.
That's very lovely. You guys make the process for everyone simpler and easier. That's lovely. So if someone at home, they are watching you and they would also like to join the industry and they would also like to be part of bond originators, what advice do you have for them?
Hard work. It's hard work and you have to be in the industry and you must know your agencies, you must know your clients. So you have to have a background to become a bond originator. It's just not easy for somebody just to walk in and say, I want to be a bond originator. You have to have at least background on bank products and working before on a bond originator.
Okay, a little bit of experience will do basically. So let's talk about joint bond ownership. What is a joint bond ownership?
Bond ownership joint is with 2 people purchase a property together. And then they apply together and we need all the info from both sides. We need and then we can do the bond on both names. That's a bond.
All right, so can unmarried couple apply for the joint bond ownership?
Yes, unmarried people can, but always there's a risk if it's unmarried, because sometimes when the client wants to purchase a property and they engage now and in 2-3 years time they come back to me and say, we're not engaged anymore, I want to sell my property. So it's important for us to know if a client wants to purchase property, make sure that's what you want. And that's the partner I want to purchase with.
You're going to spend the rest of your life with, basically.
Yeah, you must remember, if it's you purchase property, it's a long term. We talk about 20 years. So you have to at least make sure you will be together and purchase together, because now if something happens, then you have to sell his property and she have to be out and then you have to fly again. So it's not easy for them.
Can you bring the mic a bit closer? Okay, so now can friends or siblings, or if you know someone generally that have a good credit score, can you use that person to apply for the joint bond ownership?
Yes, you can.
Oh,
Yeah, you can. If the score of the client and the ITC and stuff, it's good, you can add the partner.
okay, but I'm sure the risks are actually the same.
The risk is the same if not married, but you can add your partner or a friend.
Okay, can you take us through the disadvantages? So now what happens, as you mentioned, that it's risky, right? If you're unmarried and you were engaged and you applied for the joint bond and now you guys want to go separate ways, what's going to happen to the whole application?
Yeah, that is difficult, because now the husband or the boyfriend come back to me and say, Anna Marie, we're not engaged anymore. Now we have to go all over again and see, can the client qualify for the bond
Yes.
on his own? And if he qualifies on his own, then we have to open a new offer to purchase where she's the seller and he's the buyer, and then they have to at least decide what the purchase price will be.
Ooh, it's such a risk.
No, you
But
must
it's a
remember
good
that
thing.
There's cost and stuff involved, and then the client have to find. Or the client can decide. Both parties can decide sell the property.
So, an American, I ask, there is no agreement form that can be created that states in case we separate, if we were just engaged, there won't be risk or anything like that. There's no agreement that can
No.
be signed.
This no.
Sure, but at least it is doable.
It's doable, yeah.
Okay, so how does being pre-qualified simplify the argument?
It's if a client, it's good these days for a client to pre-qual. Then at least my agent and my seller know the client can qualify and afford a loan. Because most of the sellers ask these days for a pre-qual certificate before they let somebody in to view the property.
Okay.
Yeah, it's easy for the agent also. Now the agent is running around and filing a property just to find out, sign an offer to purchase, and just to find out, oh, he's got a judgment.
Yeah.
Understand what I mean? So it's very important for the client to do a pre-qual.
Alrighty, that's it. Thank you so much for
Thank you
joining
very
us. We really appreciate your presence. I hope, viewers, that you've got to learn about joint bond ownership, that it's doable. If you have a low credit score, you can ask someone. And it's very also important to remember that it has its own advantages and its own disadvantages. Oh, and before I forget, please, Anna Marie, tell our viewers, where can they contact you if they'd like to make use of your services?
If they need me, my name is Anna Marie Smith. My cell phone number is 082 804 5217, and they can contact me anytime. I'm always available at night, early at morning.
That's lovely. And your email
My
address?
email address is annamariesmith@ubom.co.za.
Alrighty, we believe that our viewers are definitely going to contact you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence.
Pleasure. Thanks a lot.
Yes, thank you. Alrighty, please remember to check out our Facebook page, our Instagram page, and our YouTube channel. Like, share, comment. From me, your girl, Umdaga Mguni, and the amazing team. It's a bye for now.